we know that's your first career receiving touchdown. What did you see on that play, and how does it have you feeling right now?
As long as you get in the end zone, I am thrilled. And I know it says Fernando Mendoza here to myself. However, it should really count for Jet. I think that's Jet's first throw-in touchdown, in my books at least, because the play wasn't really planned out like that. But, I got the ball down to Jet in the red zone, and, the defender made a great play, but Jet was so smart enough to have a heads-up play, and we kind of communicated, said, hey, pitch it, and he pitched the ball, and I scored. So that just is a testament to Jets and I's great relationship, communication, and the trust, because that's in the red zone, and to have that trust to pitch the ball and almost give it up in the red zone is a huge testament to Jets and I's relationship.
Yeah. Did you yell to him to get you the ball, or how did that actually transpire?
I did yell to him to give me the ball, and he got spun around. It was a really impressive play because once he locked eyes, he tossed it. So it was like that, but like I said, it was a great play by Jet.
And how do you realize the fact that you have a receiving touchdown but no receptions? Did you realize that?
I did not realize that. However, I got to get more of those receiving touchdowns instead of out of my hands to Nyziah's hands. So that's a working point for the bye week.
Jim McGill with Bear Insider. Fernando, clean game today. A couple touchdowns, no interceptions, and no sacks, which obviously has to make a huge difference in your game. Can you talk a little bit about the offensive line and having Sioape back and the job Fred did and what those guys played like today?
Yeah, Fred. Fred's Fred. Everybody in the locker room loves Fred, and it was amazing. I know that Nyziah and I could talk about Fred for hours here, about what a great guy he is and his work ethic. So it was great. Obviously we don't want to lose our captain of the O-line, TJ Sessions. However, it was great to see Fred get plugged in there and have a great game. Like you said, we get no sacks, and that's a huge testament to the O-line and how they played and how they all play together. And I'm really proud of them, and I think that was a huge part of our success and the pivotal part of our success on offense today.
Nyziah, back to a familiar place in the back of the end zone after a few weeks of, I guess, some quieter play compared to the first few weeks. How did it feel to get back in the end zone and reestablish yourself?
Yeah, it felt good just coming out hot. Just being able to throw the ball and having Fernando protect it just felt good. So throwing that while he threw that touchdown to me, it kind of meant something because it like we were saying, our relationship with everybody is just tight. So that touchdown, it felt good just coming back and scoring again.
How did you assess your guys' development and your chemistry over the course of this season?
Our development is really it's been good. Just with our offense, obviously we've been getting sacked for the past games, but this game really set a statement for us. So our offense is really locked in for this past couple of games. So.
Yeah, on to Zay's point, I'd say that a big thing is Zay and I were really growing together. We went from third string when he was freshman and sophomore, and started off Zay really hot. Threw a lot of touchdowns to him at the beginning of the season, and every progression when we grow together, it's gonna have highs and lows. So I'm really happy to get Zay back back in the end zone where he belongs. So that's something to work through and progress for many years to come.
You have a new career high for passing yards in a game with over 360. What worked in the beginning to help set you on that path, and how did you guys continue your onslaught as the game went on?
I would say that it really comes down to the synergy we play as an offense, because when the defense, Oregon State's a great defense. They have a great defensive-minded coach, and they haven't really given up that many passing yards throughout this entire year. But when the first and second read isn't there, the O-line is able to protect and kick the Oregon State's D-lines and linebackers' butts, and then our receivers are able to have that extra time where they can get open. And when our receivers have that extra time to get open, there's no stopping our receivers, our tight ends, and Jack. And I think it's really unfair at that point when our guys have that extra time. Mm-hmm. So Zay can do his double moves or whatever he needs to do.
To get open.
Yeah.
Fernando, can you just talk about how much of a relief having a game like this was after 4 in a row that had to be pretty gut-wrenching?
Like Coach Wilcox talks about, we're trying to take down the dam. And I believe the dam, ironically enough, because beavers build dams, so ironically enough, we broke the dam today, literally and figuratively. So it was those 4 close wins, and we were playing so much good football. It was so frustrating However, now that we're able to finally, instead of just talk the talk, walk the walk, we're going to have great momentum into the bye week and to our last 4 games. And they're all great formidable opponents, but we believe in ourselves and the momentum that we carry after tonight.
Michelle Mosh for the Daily Californian. For both of you guys, like you talked about, a lot of close games. The general sense is that you guys don't see yourselves as a 4-4 team. And with this bye week, what do you guys want to put together ahead of Wake Forest?
Like you said, even when you said 4-4, like I know Zay doesn't believe that. I don't believe that. I don't think anybody on the team believes that we're a 4-4 team. We look at the top teams in the nation when they're playing Friday night, Saturday night, and we can compete against you guys and we can beat those guys. And we've shown that we have the capacity and capability to do it, but it was really good to come out today and against a great program, Oregon State, a little revenge game from last year, be able to beat them. However, it shows that there's a lot of good football played, and when we play good football, we're able to demolish opponents. However, when we can play great football, which we're not at that level yet, then at that point it's going to be no contest. So there's a lot of things that we can clean up for this game. I know, especially myself in the bye week, but I know that the energy is going to be high in the bye week, and I know that's going to be creating great momentum into our Friday night game against Wake Forest.
Any other questions for these two? All right, thanks, guys.
Thank you guys. God bless.
Hey, go Bears.